As one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac Fiero GT in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Marty Hall.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome everybody to the show. I hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. The question at the beginning of the show is one that's a teaser. Did Cinderella wear glass slippers? Well, the answer is yes and no. I'll tell you why. There were about 300 or more Cinderella stories in various languages, and when it came time to translate Cinderella from French, the English, as they will do, mistranslated a word instead of the original fur or ermine slippers and gave her glass slippers, and the story just stuck. But it was really fur or ermine in the French version. And if we had stayed with that story, it would have just ruined all those bedtime stories we told people, wouldn't it?
That's the would have.
There's no point in taking it back to fur ermine, is there?
No.
Oh, I'm so glad you agree with me. It ruined all those books that have been written, too. You know, on our last show, our champion, who was a three-time champion, took the money, took the vacation, took a lot of cash, and ran to Bermuda. So that leaves us with three brand-new players, and Sandy Hoyt, let's meet them.
All right, Marty, first a lady who found out that balloons half submerged in the ocean don't float. Here's Lisa Peterson. And our next challenger is a young man whose driving career was nearly cut off at the pass less than an hour after he got his driver's license, Marty Beerbreyer. And on your right, a lady who works for the Red Cross, on salary and off, Elisabeth Miller.
We like to meet all of our contestants, and before round one, we'll talk to Lisa, and then we'll meet the other two a little later on. And Lisa, what is this about half-submerged balloons?
Well, we were in Miami, and my sister and I were going swimming, and we saw all these balloons floating around on the ocean, so we thought, well, you know, was it a promotional? What's going on? So we went out there, we were the only ones out there, and started picking them up with all these strings and bringing them in, while people are screaming at us, no, no, no. And when we got them in, finally, my sister had welts across her leg. We were picking up jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yes.
Yes.
Of course, if you've never seen it before, you're intrigued by the little flimsy, transparent things.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yes, they can be dangerous. Well, I'm glad that nothing happened to you. Lisa, what do you do when you're not doing crazy things down on the seashore?
I'm a substitute teacher and mother of two.
Oh, very good. Two very good professions. Thank you, Lisa. Marty and Elizabeth, we'll meet you later. You know how we play our game? Each one of our questions comes with three answers. We want you each to answer one part of the question only. And when you do, in the first round, you get $10 apiece, but if only two of you come up with an answer, it's $25. If only one comes up with an answer, it's $50. You don't buzz in to race in to answer your question until you see the full question on the screen. There's a cutoff device that penalizes you if you do. Are you ready? Here we go. Time magazine named 3 movies of 1986 as the most for different reasons. I'll give you the reasons, you name the movies. Look at the screen. This was the top grosser, this one was the top foreign grosser, and this one was a dead duck. Elizabeth.
Aussie film, Crocodile Dundee.
Which one was that, dear?
The Aussie film.
The Aussie film, yes. Lisa?
Cruise, I don't know.
Marty?
40 million. Lucasfilm is Howard the Duck.
Yes, Howard the Duck was one dead duck, and it lost an awful lot of money. And Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis did Top Gun. That was the biggest moneymaker of the year. So, Marty and Elizabeth, you get $25 each. You know, Italy has food and wine and everything and tourist sites all over, and they attract millions of people. Here are 3 well-known Italian words, and you tell me whether you drink it, eat it, or visit it. Take a look at the screen. And it's spumoni, spumanti, spoleto. Do you eat it, drink it, or visit it? Marty?
Spumoni you eat.
Yeah, it's good ice cream. Elizabeth?
Spumante you eat.
No, you don't. Lisa?
Spumante you drink it?
Yeah, it's wine, and you drink it. And spoleto, you visit it because it's the site of a music festival. So we have Lisa and Marty getting $25 each. In football, there are 4 quarters to a game. In baseball, there are 9 innings. Here are 3 games. Pick one and tell me the number of periods the game contains. Look at the screen. How many periods in rugby, hockey, and basketball? Elizabeth?
Basketball 4.
Correct. Marty?
Ice hockey 3.
Correct. And in rugby, Lisa? 2. Good for you. All 3 are right and get $10 apiece. Pick one of the following 20th century dictators and tell me the nation that he ruled. Look at the screen. What nation did Tito rule? Trujillo and Franco. It's Marty.
Franco is Spain.
Right, Lisa?
Tito, Japan.
Wrong. Elisabeth?
Trujillo, Dominican Republic.
Grace, and Tito was Yugoslavia. Tito was Yugoslavia. So Marty and Elisabeth, you get $25 apiece. You know, Ozzy is not your everyday name, but it's been the name of some pretty famous fellows. So I'm going to give clues to 3 famous Aussies. They may spell Aussie differently, but it's all pronounced Aussie. I want you to give me their last names. Take a look. There's a clue for each one of them. One, as you can see, was a TV dad, one was a hubby, and one was a controversial rock music man. Marty.
Ruby Dee's hubby and PBS co-host Ozzie Davis.
Ozzie Davis, and a fine actor he is. Elisabeth.
Rock music's Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. And who was the TV dad of David and Ricky?
Nelson.
Yes, what's Ozzy Nelson? Of course, it had to be Ozzy. So you're all 3 right. You each get $10. You know, statistics say that each of us owns about 2.5 radios. Shows you how poor I am. I just have the half. But then again, I get half a program here and half a program there, right? Tell me what these radio terms mean. Look at the screen. There's FM, and there's KHZ, and there's AM. And Marty?
KHZ is kilohertz.
Kilohertz is correct. That stands for kilohertz. It happens to be an AM station frequency, but you're right. Lisa?
AM audio meter. I don't know.
No, and Elisabeth, you know?
Frequency modulation for
That's good, and AM is amplitude modulation. So Marty and Elisabeth get $25 apiece. Let's look at the score. Marty's in first, Elisabeth second, Lisa third. If you want reservations at a top hotel, you'll have to know in what cities you could find them. So tell me, in what city would you find these famous hotels? Look at the screen. The Waldorf Astoria, the George V, and Mark Hopkins. Marty?
The Waldorf Astoria is in New York City.
Yes, Elisabeth?
George V in Paris.
That's right, George V. And Lisa?
Mark Hopkins, San Francisco.
Good for you. All 3 are right, then know your hotel. End of round 1. In our second round, we double the stakes, so we'll be right back with that second round. We've met Lisa, now let's meet Marty and Elisabeth. There was a story about you owning a car and having trouble right away?
Yeah, the very first day the day I got my driver's license, I was so proud, and my sister took me with because she wasn't sure how well I would drive. And we took out the car that my father got me, like, for the day. And we're driving around, and I had gotten my license about noon, and by 12:55 I had my first accident. This wasn't my fault. Someone cut me off, I swear.
Now, you know, Marty, others are laughing. I believe you, because if you got your
do.
license, then you must be very careful, and you must have been a very good driver.
That's right.
But you can't help some crazy guy coming out of the side, not stopping, stuff like
He
that.
came from behind, and he wanted to make a light that has just turned green. So he wanted to make it before it turned the green color he preferred, so he just went zoom right across. I mean, the ink wasn't even dry on the paper.
And now you have to explain this to your father.
Yeah, that was the hardest thing to do.
I know. I could just tell you what was the hardest part.
Toughest part.
They never understand that it's the other guy's fault,
Yeah.
right? Now, Elisabeth, you are an employee at times at the Red Cross, is that right? And in your spare time, you volunteer.
That's right. It's a wonderful organization. I do have other hobbies, but it's always a pleasure to be there to help when disaster strikes elsewhere, because I do public relations for them. And usually disasters happen on the weekend. If
Yes.
you check Mexico, Colombia, El Salvador.
You know, my wish is that you be unemployed, which is my way of saying I hope there are no disasters. I hope you...
There are other things to do, even if there are no disasters.
That's right. So keep up your good work, Elisabeth,
Thank
in
you.
all directions. Thank you, Marty. Lisa, let's go on to round 2. Round 2, we double the stakes. As you know, this time, if 3 of you answer, it's 20. If 2 of you answer, it's 50. If 1 of you answers alone, it's $100. And right now, Lisa, you could do a $100 question that would put you right in first place. That's how close it is. More and more women have become nationally known as network newscasters and stars of magazine-type shows. Here are the initials and information on 3 such women. You name them. Look at the screen. The initials are the JP, who stars on the Today Show, the BW stars on 2020, and the DS that reports on 60 Minutes. 3 very talented and famous ladies. Lisa.
The first one is Jane Pauley.
Correct. Elisabeth.
Barbara Walters. For
The second one, right?
Diane Sawyer.
And Diane Sawyer, you all knew these famous ladies. Good for you. $20 each. In the arts, the world of plasticine is confined to sculpting because it's a synthetic clay that sculptors use. Here are 3 other terms used in other arts. You tell me which art forms they're used in. Look at the screen. Recitative, pas de deux, and palette. Marty.
Pas de deux is ballet.
Correct. Lisa?
Palette painting.
Right. Elizabeth?
Recitative poetry.
And no, it's not in poetry. It's in an art form. It's opera or oratorio. And that's the one I have to accept. Lisa and Marty will get $50 each. I'm going to show you the names of 3 heads of state. Pick one and tell me, is the last name spelled correctly? Take a look at these heads of state. Is Mitterrand, Gandhi, and Ortega, are they spelled correctly? Lisa, pick one.
Mitterrand, yes.
That is correct. It is spelled correctly. Marty.
Ortega is incorrect.
That's right. It should be E-G-A. And you're right. Elizabeth?
Gandhi, yes.
No, Gandhi is G-A-N-D-H-I. And that's where you were fooled. So Lisa and Marty will get the $50 apiece. Every famous battle was fought in an equally famous war. I'll give you the battles. You tell me the name of the war that it was fought in. Look at the screen. The Battle of Bunker Hill, the Battle of Bull Run, the Battle of Bloody Ridge. Marty.
The Battle of Bunker Hill was the American Civil War.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lisa.
Bunker Hill, the American Revolution.
That's right. Elizabeth?
The Bull Run, Custer.
No, Bull Run is the American Civil War, and the Bloody Ridge is the Korean War. Lisa, I said you're going to get a $100 answer, and you did. That puts you in first place. So now let's get on to current events. In 1986, 3 marriages made the headlines. I'll give you the names of the bridegrooms. You supply the name of the brides. And here they are. The bridegrooms are Prince Andrew, John McEnroe, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lisa.
Sarah Ferguson married Prince Andrew.
That's right. Elizabeth.
John McEnroe, Tatum O'Neill.
Right. Marty.
Arnold Schwarzenegger married Maria Shriver.
Good. I was going to say a good answer would have been Mrs. Schwarzenegger.
Anything he said.
But Maria Shriver is what I was looking for, and you get $20 each. What would I have said if you said Mrs. Schwarzenegger? There have been films made that have a certain season of the year in the title, such as If Winter Comes would be an example. I'm going to give you the names of 3 films, leaving a space for the correct season that appeared in the title. You pick one and finish the title. Look. Line, Something in Smoke, and Suddenly Last. Lisa.
Lion in Winter.
Right, Marty?
Suddenly Last Summer.
Suddenly Last Summer. Elizabeth?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Summer and Smoke. Summer and Smoke. And so Lisa and Marty, $50 each. Here are 3 abbreviations, all with 3 letters, and in each case, the letter A stands for American. Pick one and give me its full meaning. D-A-R-A-F-L, ABC. One of the words is American. Marty?
ABC is American Broadcasting Company.
Correct. Lisa?
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Correct. Elizabeth?
American Football League.
No, that would have been good many, many years ago, but it's American Federation of Labor is what the American Football League folded. Let me see. It is now, I think, the American Football Conference is what they have now. Lisa and Marty get $50 each. In this part of the world, we grab a bite to eat at a cafeteria or a cafe or a coffee shop. But if you picked up a snack in the home country of one of these eating places, in what country would you eat? Take a look. Trattoria, Brasserie, and Taverna. Marty.
A brasserie is in France.
Correct. Lisa.
A taverna in Spain.
No, I'm sorry. Elizabeth?
Taverna, Italy.
Greece. Trattoria, Italy. Marty, $100 win there. Let's go into a true or false question. True or false, I'm going to give you 3 bits of interesting information that may or may not be true. You pick one and tell me if it's true or false. Take a look. The first bird that Noah sent out of the ark was a dove. Is that true or false? Bats are blind. True or false? A sponge is a marine animal. True or false, Lisa?
The first one is true.
No, it's false. The raven was the first one that Noah sent out of the ark. Marty?
Bats are blind is false.
That is correct. They
And
are
the
not
third
blind.
one is true.
And the third one is true. Good for you, Elizabeth. And the 2 of you get $50, Marty and Elizabeth. King Kong has always had a lady in the palm of his hand, but in the 1987 movie, he's going to have one by his side instead. Name King Kong's co-starring actresses in these films. Look at the screen. Who was King Kong's co-star in the 1933 version, the 1976 version, and the 1987 version? Lisa?
76, Jessica Lange.
That's a good answer. Marty?
1933, Fay Ray.
Good for you. And the newest one, Elizabeth? Linda Hamilton. But you guys knew the old ones, didn't you? Very good. Lisa and Marty, $50 apiece. the end of the second round. Let's recapitulate the score right now. Marty has the lead. He'll have the edge in the countdown round. Lisa right behind him will be second. Elisabeth will be third. Right back to the countdown round. This is the countdown round, which determines who goes for that beautiful car that Sherilyn is showing us right now. And we hope one of you wins it today. Now, when you answer a question, we have a twist for you. When you buzz in, you may answer one, two, or all three parts of the question. Because this is a horse race, and somebody can come from behind to win. Now, every time you give me a right answer, you count down one. The first is 0 will be the winner. Where do you start from? Depends on the amount of money you had. Marty, you had the most money. You have the fewest questions to answer. 4. Lisa was second. We'll have to answer 5. Elisabeth, 6 before the others to win the game. Are you ready? Here we go with the countdown round. Here are 3 classic works of French literature that have sold millions of copies in North America. You name the authors. Look at the screen. They are Les Miserables, Nana, Remembrance of Things Past. Marty, you're in first.
Victor Hugo, Les Miserables.
Correct. Continue.
Emile Zola, Nana.
Correct. Continue.
Remembrance of Things Past, Message Prou.
Good for you. 3 out of 3 brings you down just to 1. Not only did you answer them, but you gave me those great accents, too. As of early 1987, these gentlemen were heads of 3 major Near East countries. You tell me which countries they head. Look at the screen. They are President Hussein, President Assad, President Mubarak, and Lisa's in first.
Hussein, Jordan.
Sorry, there is a King Hussein, but this is not King Hussein. Marty, you're second.
President Mubarak, Libya.
Sorry, Elisabeth.
Mubarak, Egypt.
Continue.
Assad, Syria.
Continue.
Hussein, Libya.
Iraq. Iraq was the third one, but you come down to 4. Marty, you just need 1, and you almost had it. Broadway musicals that have been made into outstanding movies have given us some of our hit love songs. I'll give you 3 of those hits. You pick one and name the movie that it comes from. The songs are Good Night, My Someone, People Will Say We're in Love, Some Enchanted Evening, and Elisabeth's in first.
Some Enchanted Evening, My Fair Lady.
No, I'm sorry, Marty. Here's your chance.
Good Night, My Someone, The Music Man.
You've got yourself a win. Some Enchanted Evening is South Pacific. People will say we're in love from Oklahoma. Well, that was a very good game, and we got some very good answers from all of you, and I thank you all for being with us. Lisa, you played a good game. Let me see. You picked up $445. Our congratulations to you. Thank you, and watch for those little balloons in the ocean that are not balloons at all. And Elisabeth, our volunteer and Red Cross worker and public relations gal, has $195 to take away. Also, a lovely contestant here today.
Thank you
so very much.
Thank you.
And to this gentleman, Marty, I don't know whether I should let you see the car. Do you have your license back?
Yeah, I got it.
In that case, walk with me. Up to the car.
Marty Bierbrier gets the chance to win this Pontiac Fiero.
You mean the...
Well, Marty, this is the car that you're going to be going for in the next few moments, so we'll have Sandy Hoyt describe it for you.
There's the exciting Pontiac Fiero GT, equipped with all of Fiero's standard features, like the powerful fuel-injected V6 engine, cruise control, AM/FM stereo cassette player, sunroof, and air conditioning.
Would you use a car like this? I mean, you don't want to bang up your father's car all the time.
I don't have it anymore.
But you do have your license.
Yes, I do.
Good. Well, let me tell you how you're going to earn this car. Behind me here, we have 5 split-second screens. Behind 3 of those screens, the word car appears. Behind 2 of them, something else. You have 3 choices to make. If you take the 3 choices and hit 3 cars, that car automatically is yours. If you hit one of the other screens in your selections, you still get a gift, and this is the gift.
Designer Davini used opal mink in a vertical pattern for this elegant vest modeled by Sherilyn Sparrow. It complements any wardrobe, daytime or evening, from Dicker & Dicker of Beverly Hills.
Are you married? Got a fiance?
Not yet.
Then you want to win. You better win the car then, right? And not the fur.
Right, that's for sure.
Okay, let's turn around where you are. Tell me the three that you want.
5, 2, and 3.
5, 2, and 3. In that order. Let's take a look at number 5. Turn it around, and 5 says fur right off the bat. Where were they behind? What screens were the 3 today? Turn them all around. And it was 1. Apparently, if you turn 1 around, we'll see 1, 3, and 4. And there it is. Attaboy. 1, 3, and 4. And so there is no car in your future at this moment. However, let me point out what the options are for you at this time. You have won yourself the fur for winning the game. If you take the fur, you leave, and you leave our show. If you decide to forego the fur, you can come back tomorrow and try to be a champion and go for this car again. Let me also remind you that if you win 5 straight days, the car is automatically yours. So, what do you think? You think you can take everybody on for the next few days?
I'll do my best. I'm coming back.
He's going to come back. Very good. We'll look forward to you coming back on the show. And now let's have the other contestants who are on with you today come on, because they gave you a splendid fight, too. And I want to thank them for being on our show. Oh, and they're even kissing each other. That's very nice. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. You also played very, very well. And Charlene's going to let you try on the fur while we're at it. So we thank you all for being with us here on Split Second. I hope you folks enjoyed yourself today. Tune in tomorrow to see if Marty can come back and become a champion and whether he can win the car. Until then, it's Marty Hall saying bye-bye, everybody, for Split Second.
Coming up today at 5 on Eyewitness News, what do babies know at birth? Dr. Joyce Brothers has the answers in part 1 of our special series, Making a Better Baby, on Eyewitness News at 5, right here on Channel 7.